I just bought these candle holders in Home Bargains, as well as this one here, but this one is going to go on my desk upstairs because I love that it looks like a little lamp. It's so cute. So we're gonna light these and we're gonna open this and we're gonna discuss these. 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! I love them. They go with the room perfectly, and I like having something on our dining table. Really super pleased. Hey, it's me and welcome to a 24-hour reading video. So we're not going to stay up for a full 24 hours. We are going to sleep. However, we are going to need this beverage, the beveragino, if you will. It's 7:10 on Saturday, and this video is going to end at 7:10 tomorrow night on Sunday. So we are going to finish Fury Bound, and I am just over the halfway mark of this book. So this is going to be the first aim, is to finish this book. So the first book in the series is Bound, and Bound is basically a book about bonding with wolves. Our main male character's sister goes missing right at the start and she is looking for her. She ends up bonding with a wolf without wanting to, and a lot of things spiral out of control from there. This is book 2, and so far so good. Like, I am enjoying it just as much as the first book. Then we have a stack. This here is my immediate TBR. So anything we don't get to in this video, I will be taking the rest of them away with me when I go away next week. So I think Solace House will definitely leave because that's a big one. That's quite a chunky book. I was going to go for one of the smaller ones in this video just because it's more likely we can get more of the book read. So wait to see how I'm feeling. I thought this was going to be more of a October, like September, October, November type of read, because like there's a bog in it. So it's a boggy atmosphere. However, it's been kind of boggy weather lately. So Blood on Her Tongue by Joanna Van Ween is a possibility, as well as Bromantasy. However, this one, it does look a bit more summery. However, it sounds really fun, a little bit on the cheesy side. 2 heroes, 1 brain cell, and it just looks like a lot of laughter. So that's a possibility. And then the other 2 maybes, I mean, we could go for Yesteryear by Cara Claire Burke, but again, a bit unsure. So we've got Servant of Earth, which is a possibility, and that's by Sarah Hawley. And then we have Elsie Silver's new book, Fever Dream. So I think we'll be picking a paperback, so one of these, but we will start by finishing Fury Bound. So in the first book, we do have our main female characters POV only, whereas now we have duo POV in this book. I love duo POV. It makes it not necessarily more interesting, but I like that it breaks it up slightly from having the same person's perspective, being in the same person's head the whole time. I like switching it to somebody else, even if they're on the same side. Like, I like that little bit of switching things up. So let's crack on with continuing this book. Maybe I can give you some thoughts, vibes and feelings once I've read a little bit. And we're gonna open our drinky. It is an hour later. Got a little snack and I've moved the candles next to me. Josh has told me the next book I read in this video has to be one of these two. So he originally picked Servant of Earth, but I said, I don't know if I'm going to want to go straight into another romantasy. So he said, if I don't want to pick up Servant of Earth, to then try Fever Dream by Elsie Silver. They're like both the same type of thickness. I checked and is like 9 pages difference. So the length of them isn't going to make a difference. I am probably going to try Servant of Earth first because that's the one Josh recommended. However, I mean, both of these I want to read ASAP anyway, so it'll be one of these. But Josh has requested this. This book is going so well. In this universe, they have siphons, which are basically the equivalent of a vampire, pretty much. Is like a vampire with powers. It's like they could control people, but they have to live off of blood, like human blood. They can live off of like animal blood instead, but they have a craving for human blood. There is also this thing that they do. I don't know if it's all the humans that are bonded, but they get tattoos on their skin every time they've taken a life. So Stark is one of our main male characters from the first one, and he is absolutely covered in tattoos because of how many lives he has taken. And I just think, like, say you lived for a long time and you kept taking lives, would you eventually just be like covered in black ink or something? I don't know, but he's got a lot and they can be anywhere on the body, so I suppose you just keep going. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a line, it can be like a design, but you need a tattoo for every time you kill someone. So if I was bonded, it would look like I'd taken quite a few lives. Just here with a little bit more information on the Direbound world. Anasa is our main wolf in these books, and she is pretty much like the best character. Like, I love her sass and I love everything she does. It's very fast paced, this book and the first one. The pacing's great. The world building is actually really good. Like, I'm actually even more impressed with it in this book when you get to different like areas or like kingdoms and things, and how things are run so differently. I also think book 1 was so predictable, so predictable. Like, I loved every minute of it. I gave it 5 stars. It was a fantastic, super fun time, but I could guess every twist and turn that was coming. However, this book has actually surprised me a few times in the best way. So this is your classic, like, you know, romantasy story where you've got bonding trials, you've got forced proximity, you've got bonds. The main female character in this book, this is one thing, right? She's not my favourite. I don't even want to say she's any different in book 2, because she's not really. She never has a clue what's going on. I mean, she is just a girl, so I get that, and you're going to make mistakes. You haven't got a clue about bonding or wolves or any type of royal situations, like the politics in this world. She has no clue. And she has thrown a lot of curveballs, and she is one of the only people in these trials in book 1 that doesn't know what to expect, because she is only there to try and save her sister. She isn't there for the same reasons as everyone else. The saving her sister is what kind of keeps her going, and that doesn't really change in this book very much. And being in her POV, I mean, sometimes the decisions she makes, you think, oh my god, why? However, in this book, when she lets her like powers unleash and she has like a little rage spat. Love those moments. The fighting scenes in these books are also really good because I feel like a battle scene or a fight scene needs to be done well, because this is a super hot take. Reading the ACOTAR books, I found them a little bit boring, and even when there was battles, I didn't care. I love it when the wolves get involved. It's done so well. I think this is going to be a 5-star, same as the first one. Also, the main male character was super grumpy, and I didn't know whether I liked him that much reading book 1. In this book, he's actually my favourite. Along with Anasa, Stark, and his wolf, Kratos, I think his name is. Those are my top three characters. We do also have a new character that is introduced in this book, and I was like, I am not going to like them. They're now one of my favourite characters. So throughout this book, they managed to turn like a least favourite character, well not least, but like quite a low down rated character into one of my favourites. So like I have like a top 4 characters, 2 of them being wolves, 2 of them being people. So that's good for me. Also, we have a couple of villains in here which are really good villains, like absolutely awful. You hate them. It's great fun. However, there is another character that's not quite a villain, but I hate them with a passion, and I do not think they are like, they're supposed to be on the good guy's side, right? This person. I just do not see them being in it for the right reasons. Like, I don't know, they're being calculative, like something calculating, and something's not right with them. Like, I'm seeing something amiss here. I will be going to bed now. I'm really gutted. I think I'm going to be giving this a 4-star. Honestly, most of the book was 5-star behaviour. Then someone got unalived, which, okay, I kind of wanted this to happen, but it was really random and felt pointless to the point of the story we were in. Then someone unalives themselves and comes back like 2 pages later. Again, to me, that was really pointless. And then they're on this just like treasure hunt, like for these bloody tears. And I just think, I hate a scavenger hunt in books. I find it so boring. And I think, I want to say like 80% of the book was 5-star, and then it got to like 3-star, and there was a spicy scene that was really stupid. So she is in his mind while he is doing her. I just thought that was really pointless and unnecessary, and just, it wasn't anything like I remotely cared for. I am being a hater, but listen to me. It just went super downhill. Like, I'm just so gutted. I've got like 50 pages left, and I think I'm going to go to sleep and just finish the last few pages in the morning, because I'm so mad that this book started to bore me that I need the break. I started going on my phone because I was bored. Good morning. I finished Fury Bound by Sable Swanson, and it is a duo authors. I gave it a 4.25 because although most of this book, like a large majority of this book, was 5-star worthy, a lot of things happened that then I didn't agree with, that I didn't like. So, should we play once I finish filming this bit? So, I don't know whether some of the problem is me. However, there were a lot of things that happened that I just thought were really stupid. So, certain deaths where I didn't agree with how it happened or what happened. The big bad in this book I thought was going to be our villain for the whole series, and they switched things up a little bit, which wasn't necessarily a bad thing, but it's how that part of the story concluded that I didn't like. I'm not going to say too much about it because it is a sequel. So I'm going to go and get my eyes tested. So we are taking a brief interval here. And then once I'm back, we will pick up our next book. I wasn't going to go for another kind of romantasy if I loved this one, because that can often sway how I feel because I'm comparing. So I might actually try the romantasy and see how I feel, and if not, I can switch to the romance book, but we'll give it a go, see how we feel, see what the vibes are. I do want to say a 4.25 isn't bad for this book. I think I just expected it to be like 5-star material. I thought it was going to be like one of my favourite reads of the year. I think that's the only reason I'm a bit disappointed, but 4.25 is still a really good rating. We're home and I am only 14 pages into this book. We have been out. My eyesight is in fact worse, so ordered some more glasses. So hopefully that's going to help with the headache situation. I'm going to do some listening. I don't know if I'm going to listen to this one, or I might start Fever Dream because that's going to be easier to listen to whilst I do some cooking. Maybe. I'll let you know once I decide what book I'm going to listen to, because I'm going to do a roast. And then this evening, I am going to carry on this video later than the full 24 hours to make up for some hours that I was absent from the reading. Comprende? Josh is washing up. Do you want to see him?
No, I can't use it.
Why?
I'm busy.
Yeah, and?
Good.
So rude.
You're rude.
Here we go, roast dinner done. I did carrots, Yorkshire puddings, potatoes, beans, broccoli and fake meat for me. And Josh has got some chicken. And then Dexter's got a little bit over there. He's got the chicken as well. How's it look, Josh?
Yeah, really good.
I told him he's got to send a picture to his dad because his dad was doing a roast dinner earlier. And that's what made me want one. Looking forward to this. Do you think you'll finish all of it? Josh, you're just like through the smog right now because of all the steam. I am absolutely boiling now after
Can we run it back though?
cooking that. I mean, you can. Do you think flies are coming?
No, it's fine.
Okay. Oh, so warm. So I did listen to a bit of Fever Dream, and I will discuss it in a little bit because it's got such a good premise and such a good start up. I've already been laughing. I'm already enjoying every minute of it. Also, this one, she lives on the outskirts of a bog. Gotta love a bog scene. I need to talk to you about Servant of Earth. So I'm only 28 pages in and the plot is plotting. This is so good, and I'm only 28 pages in. I feel like I'm going to be binging this the rest of the night. Although saying that, I'm going to go out for a WALK in a little while and I might listen to Fever Dream some more. However, let's talk about Servant of Earth, because I've got such good vibes with this so far. So our main female character is Kenna. Yes, Kenna. She lives in the human world, and the humans worship the Fae, even though they haven't been seen for hundreds of years. Every 6 years, the elders will take 4 women who cross the bog to then go into the Fae kingdom. Now, Henna lives on the outskirts of the bog. She goes fishing in the bog to collect trinkets and things to possibly sell. She is very poor and she is very undesirable, so there's no chance of her getting a husband anytime soon. However, she finds a Fae sword in the bog at the start of this, and it's like, this is great. I can sell the sword, and me and my best friend, we can run away together, we can be free and we can be happy. However, she is unable to do that because, so it turns out, her best friend is being picked as one of the 4. I'm just on the part where her best friend is about to cross the bog. It's going to be crazy. I got a feeling this girl is going to be crossing the bog herself. On the back of this book, in the synopsis, it does say that Kenna has to enter some trials on behalf of someone in the fairy kingdom. So we know there's going to be trials. We know she's going to enter the fairy kingdom, and we also know she's trying to save her best friend. So the Feyland is over the bog, right? And because Kenna knows the bog like the back of her hand, she's like, I can guide us. However, one of the women that has been chosen is like, no, the Fae will guide us. She is wrong, and Kenna has decided she is going with them, which obviously I don't think that is supposed to be within the rules, within the guidelines of sending 4 women. However, we will see how that pans out. Kenna is set on staying with her bestie, who is Anya. And throughout this, I'm just hoping none of this falls back on Anya, because that would not be right and it would not be fair. However, the Fae have to deal with the fact that they're going to get 5 women now. Oh, damn. There I am. Like her friend Best Make It. And we're at chapter 4. Although there was no body, so personally, I think she may still be alive. So as they're going across the bog, Kenna gets her Fae weapon out, and she is the only one that can see the monsters while she's holding this. She tries to get Anya to hold it, but the weapon causes her pain. So Kenna's the only one that can actually use this sword or dagger or whatever it is. And I think, because she cut herself on this blade when she first found it, and her blood soaked into the weapon, I think she's kind of bonded with this weapon now. So she sees the monster and she's like, we're all gonna have to run. Kenna's the only one to make it into the Fae realm. This is crazy stuff happening, but I am eating this up. This is giving me the excitement I wanted from Fury Bound. We are thriving. We're alive. We're thriving. We're loving this. It's 4:30. I was going to end this video at 7:10, so it was a full 24 hours. However, I ended up being busier throughout the day than we thought. So I'm going to end it as late as possible. So let's just say I was busy from 11:30, 11:30, 12:30, 1:30, 2:30, 3:30. So 5, let's add on another 5 hours. So 7:10, 8:00, 9:00, 10:00, 11:00. Let's try to do 12:10. Me and Dexter are back from our walk, and I have brought the reading chair downstairs so I can sit in front of my books, and I'm in front of some type of light. As it gets darker, it's just, we're gonna have to put some lights on and it's not the best for filming, but you win some, you lose some. So I got to chapter 9 of Fever Dream. So we've listened to 64 pages of this one so far. And sorry, I keep looking this direction because my camera's usually that direction and I've turned it around. So just got a bit confused. So this book is basically a bull rider that gets roped into doing a reality dating TV show and is basically like The Bachelor, and he's a bull rider. So it's like yeehaw. And then our main female character is not taking part in the show, but she is one of the producers in the show. And she is the sister of one of the characters in another of Elsie Silver's books. So everyone, you know, is all full circle, always ties in together. She does an amazing job of tying in all her books and the universes. I'm sorry I sound so out of breath. It's because I've just been on a walk with Dexter, got in my pajamas, sat down, and then immediately started to spill my guts about this book. It's really, really good. I'm loving it. It's so fun. Like, the pacing is great. I mean, I'm 64 pages in and we're just starting the TV show. He is basically doing this to help save his parents' farm because they are low on money. He's getting paid big bucks to do this TV show. Also, our main female character doesn't do dating. So she had quite a scary experience when she was younger, and that has put her off of the dating scene for life. We are on chapter 5, so we're only 50 pages in this one. I do find the writing is a lot smaller in this one, and a lot like more is going on in this book. And she has been given to the Earth House, and for some reason everyone thinks that it's a bit of an insult to be given for Kenna to be presented to this person in the Earth House, and she is supposed to be helping with the trials that are coming up. At chapter 10 now, so we are just over the 100-page mark, and I have to say I am loving being in this world, in this universe, and we have met a couple of people. Like, I know I've seen in reviews that this has some spice in it. However, the world we're in, there aren't many trustworthy people or species. She's made friends with a sprite. There's a prince that has hinted towards her being friends with him. And her main task at the moment, helping the princess through these trials, but she also has to make friends with the other servants to get the gossip, to know what's going on, to try and get a little bit of information around the trials and things that are going to help the princess. She ran into a couple of other humans and they have never said a word to her. She finds out that most of the humans in the Fae Kingdom have had their tongues cut out. No discussion with those humans then. So I've barely made a dent as so much has happened. Gonna keep going. I just wanted to do a quick check-in and mention a few things before I forget anything. I don't think I will, but it's just, while my mind is thinking about what's currently going on, it's good to kind of like get those few thoughts and feelings out there and discuss like what's going down. So we have met another kind of Fae prince, and he could be a possible other love interest. It's got quite brutal. There's some nasty stuff that has just happened, and Kenna had to like literally leave the scene because it was so disturbing to her. I mean, it was nasty. So there is some darkness in this book. I do find Kenna a really good main female character to follow, especially because she is navigating this world really well. Like, she asks the questions she wants answers to, and she's really trying to be tough in this quite dark, scary Fae kingdom. Like, I do find that this is a darker Fae kingdom than I'm used to reading about. Usually a Fae kingdom, like, I get that there is some type of like darker powers and things, but it's not the most cushy world. The baby. Oh, my sweet angel. You're a good boy. So we're in the bedroom now. I've decided we're going to do some colouring. I need to do something to keep me going. I think we're going to do this one. I've got my cup of tea. Gonna light this candle. And it's nice and bright in here. So I thought maybe it'll wake us up somewhat. Apart from the pook. It's gonna have a little snooze on the bed. My plan for this was to do like all of this really dark and do this darker pink and then bright colours all around here. Maybe dark rug as well. But I'm hoping I am just trying, well, I'm not hoping, I'm trusting the process, because at the moment this looks really blur. Not the biggest fan, but I think once I've brightened it up, added my highlights, we're going to be cooking. We're doing a book check-in. I've been listening to Fever Dream by Elsie Silver while I colour, and we've gotten to chapter 15, so we're over the 100-page mark on both books now. And do you know what? I can see where the romance is going in this, which is really good. I'm loving every interaction between the two characters. It's perfect. However, I don't know how he's going to pull off this show. Like, he's quite clearly fallen for this producer, and it's adorable and it's lovely. I am really enjoying this. It's perfect. The vibes are great. I love that they're filming this show on a ranch. It's just, the vibes are immaculate. It's keeping me going. And I just really don't know how he's going to interact with these like 10 women that he's supposed to be doing this show for. And he has to keep telling himself it's for the money, because he doesn't want a long-term relationship. As much as he's falling for this producer, he doesn't want the long-term relationship. I mean, they never do when love hits them, do they? Okay, so it didn't turn out too bad. It's not as good as I would have hoped, but we finished our colouring. I've just done my evening skincare. As you can see, I'm nice and shiny. So I am going to be getting into bed for the last couple of hours of this readathon, of this marathon of a reading video. So we're going to finish Fever Dream, I think. We're just over the halfway mark, and I'm going to immersive read the rest of this. So I'll be listening and eyeball reading at the same time to get this finished. And I think we will leave Servant of Earth where it is for now, especially because I find the later it is, the easier I will focus on this type of book. Also, I was thinking while I was reading this, like, why is it that the women that have been picked for this like show are absolutely like not there? Like, you would think that the producer would want the show to be somewhat successful, so they'd want to put things in there, or like people in there, sorry, that are most likely to connect with the main male character. That has not been the case. The director has picked these like airheads, these poor, like clueless women that have no idea about anything. Like, he's trying to find somebody to marry and lives on a ranch, and like none of them know anything about shoveling poo. Also, guys, look what my hair colour has done to this bedding. Our ghostie is looking a little bit tanned because of my hair. Right, we have turned the big lights off, so I've still got my little candle going. That lamp had a door, but it hasn't got a bulb in yet. We've got this lamp on and our disco balls. So we're going to get into bed with this book, and we are going to finish the second book of this video. Hey vlog, it's 11 and I'm crashing out. I think this is going to be me signing out of this. I have got the smallest part of this book left. I think like if I stayed up for another like 30 to 45 minutes, I could finish this book. But I can't do it. I'm so tired. Also, I really don't like rushing a book. Like, I feel like I would just be powering through for the sake of finishing a book in this video. And this is going to be like a strong 4-star. And although I was disappointed that Fury Bound was only 4.25, that was because I expected it to be one of my favourite reads of the year. Whereas this is a good 4-star, and I'm pleased with that. I'm pleased with a 4-star, and 4.25 is still a good rating, so I'm not too disappointed. It was just not the perfection of a sequel I expected. So it was disappointing, but still a good 4.25, and I had a lot of feelings about that. This is a really strong 4-star. And we almost got halfway through The Serpent of Earth. And with this one, the character progression throughout this book, especially for our main male character, was fantastic. Really, really good. Like, the character growth that he went through. The family aspects in this were brilliant. I love being part of the group chat. That's really fun. And just the family vibes Elsie Silver writes is just so good. I love being like in this like Western world as well, and having the cowboy romance books. I love it. I love being part of it. I love seeing it. It was great. 4 stars I'm happy with a 4-star romance. Do you know what? I don't need every book to be a 5-star. Like, I'm really pleased with this. I loved it, or am loving it. It's a really good 4-star, and I will finish this in the morning, but I won't film it because we're ending this video here. So that wraps everything up. I'm tired. I'm going to bed. And my next video will be me and Josh and Dexty going to the book village, so look forward to that one. We're going in a couple of days. Well, Tuesday is Sunday, about to be Monday. Okay, I'm gonna go to Lulu if I keep going. Goodbye and good night.